batteries, they're not going to be as efficient basically when it's, let's say, like 80 degrees. When it's really hot, on the other hand, they have to be cooled, and the Fiat is one of the few cars, electric cars, that uses the thermal management. There are few brands that use it. Obviously Tesla is one of them. They are the pioneer of a thermal management system for the batteries and for the whole car. The Fiat went that way also, which added few hundred pounds to the weight of a car, but I think it makes the batteries last longer than you know, than some other brands, like the Nissan Leaf, which is actually one of the first electric cars that was mass produced. What was it, 2013, I think, maybe 2012, 2013, when the first units were produced. The Nissan Leaf, up until even now, so the second generation Nissan Leaf, which has the slightly higher battery capacity, and then the new version that just came out a couple of years ago, they all use air cooling. They do not use thermal management. They're not liquid cooled. And Nissan, the capacity of the battery, it's not been the greatest, especially for the first and second generation Nissan Leafs that we've seen. I mean, I've spoken to people that had a Nissan Leaf, and even after first year or two, the capacity went down by like 20% or more, which I think it's crazy. With these Fiats, with pretty much any car that has the thermal management, that capacity loss is really minimal. I calculated for one of my clients, actually, he asked me to do a test. And we discharged the car pretty much to almost zero, and then we start charging it with the smart charger that would basically show how much kilowatts you're putting into the battery. So we could technically estimate the capacity, the actual capacity of the battery pretty decently. And it was a 4-year-old car. It was a 2014 model. It had 37,000 miles, so a little bit higher mileage than this one, a little bit higher mileage than usually what these come out of the leases, and it still had like 96% capacity versus a brand new one. So, you know, even after 4 years, you know, almost 40,000 miles, it was pretty much just like it was. And even though this is a 24 kilowatt per factory spec, we never truly know how much of that capacity is saved. Basically, whenever you have an electric car, even a Tesla, they say that it's a 100 kilowatt capacity car, but they always save a little bit of a capacity. You can never go to 100%. You can never go to a true 0% in a car whenever you're charging or discharging the batteries. This is to prevent the degradation of the battery to basically killing the battery. So there's always, even if this is going to show you 0%, technically you're still at like maybe 2%. We just don't know what it is exactly, but there's always some energy left in the battery. Anyway, I just got to Walgreens. I'm going to pause the video for just a quick minute, going to pick up my package, and I will be right back, and we'll continue driving to my office, which is another about 15 miles or so. So I will be right back. Thanks.